Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and it makes my heart happy that you are here. Today I am playing along with the Iron Crafter Challenge, and the challenge is to use metal. I am also playing along with Series 19 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by chicksgonecrafty.com. The moment I saw this sketch, I thought of a 49 market paper that has kind of like it's framed around the outside. And so I went into my stash and did find this piece of paper that's called Thoughtful, and it's from the Vintage Artistry Moonlit Garden collection with from 49 Market. And I started off thinking I was going to put these um, pictures kind of towards the outside, even though that's where everything I have going on here. And you'll see all the things I have off to the left, metal-ish type things. So the stickers are not metal, but they're like I would say faux metal. So they're silver. They look like pieces. It's probably one of the things I've had longest in my collection. I do not end up using those. Um, so right now I went into my stash and I found some scraps of paper that I can back these photos on, and I chose to go with two different colors. And then I'll use one of the colors, one of the greens for the horizontal pictures and one for the vertical pictures. Let's see. You also see photo corners that I just covered up on the bottom left-hand side. That's from Paper Studio. I don't use those either. And then off to the right, I have a whole bunch of, that's my Brad collection, whole bunch of metal. And at the end, I will put in a little bit of Brad's. Right now, once I get these down, I'm going to use those circular stickers there. So once I started getting these down, I was going to use this title adventure in the middle. And then I thought, oh, I can do my journaling in the middle, just like it says. But the more I thought about it, I didn't want to cover up all that outside stuff. So now I'm bringing my photos into the middle. First, I'm going to glue them down to the mat so that I can kind of arrange them and see where I want them. And then once I get them to where I want them, I'm going to keep them in place and sneak the glue underneath. Because otherwise I would be doing everything twice, which sometimes I do. So these photos are when I went on my hike in England with my friend Diane, and that was June of 2024. And in case you're newer to my channel, I said I'm a chronological scrapper. However, all my pages go into the albums chronologically, but I kind of scrapbook over the last year, which is getting to be like over the last year and a half. So um, as far as that go, I am up to June of 2024, but I do still skip around. But I am up to this trip and I'm excited to scrapbook it. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use for the title, and when I went through my kind of my foam title stickers, I found adventure. And even though this is food, it does go along with the whole trip. So I'm going to use that, and I'll probably have several titles that say adventure. But that was like the first one I found, and it was black, and I liked the way it went. So these stickers probably are Paper Studio. I've had them in my stash a long time, and I've always looked at them as one sticker, right? Like it's concentric rings all together. And looking at the sketch then gave me the idea to not use them all together, but use them singly. I think it also helped that I started peeling them off, but um, and at first you can see, boy, they go down really fast. I'm sticking circles left and right. Then you'll see me slow down as they kind of get filled in. Okay, where do these go? Where's a missing spot? Where's an empty spot? And then I'll even start going, okay, there's three on the left side, there's three on the right side, kind of things to even them out. And I really don't want them lining up at all. And I tried to stay away from the birds, honestly. You saw me putting a circle around a flower. I get some over the leaves, but I don't want to go over the top of the bird, but yet I don't want it to be blank over there either. So these 49 Market framed, kind of framed papers, let them do the work for you. You can see how it was so easy to put four pictures in here. And you don't even need to use that much. You could throw in a couple of the 49 Market leaves, or I just love how the brightness of the silver um just another dimension to the whole layout. So that makes my heart happy. I do have these um clips, these metal clips. So that's more metal for the Iron Crafter Challenge. I'm not sure where I got them. They were probably secondhand. I've used all but one of the silver clips up now, and I've got about 3 copper and maybe 5 like of a darker metal color. But I'll put one of each of those onto the photos, and I think I put one on the left-hand side on the upper, and then, or where, one of them got rearranged because I didn't want it to end up in the same spot as one of the other ones. But I'm going to keep putting these circles down, and then I will go to, you can see there's stars on the left-hand side. I've got some silver metal stars that are stickers that will go on the page as well. There's more of a foil. There's a silver, looks like foily. Those are Paper Studio. Those do not make it on. I didn't Once I started getting silver stuff, I didn't want to go with oh, maybe it's even like a brushed nickel. It's kind of a muted type silver. So there are this. I did also didn't want to end up. I didn't want the circles ending up like Mickey ears either. I mean, that would work really good on some pages, but on my Food England page, I didn't want Mickey ears, believe it or not. This layout actually went very quick together. Now, I do kind of edit things out, but in this lay and speed things up, but in this layout, I did speed it up in double time, but there wasn't a lot to take out because I was just going to town and getting things, yeah, getting things stuck down. I did have lots of different papers, and not just from this collection, that were frames and I could have used. I like the Okay, don't get me wrong. I like the birds because there's a lot of other situations I could have used them in. And with this food, it seemed like I know it's not themey, right? So um there's no good reason to have birds on, but there's no good reason not to have birds on. So I think it made it more of an easy decision to use this now. So here are those stars that I was talking about. There are some silver, they almost look like studs around. Those went in those were from the middle of the circle. So I did go those just placed around, and then I'm going to place these stars around. And I didn't do any splatters. I do like to do splatters, but I thought there was a lot going on, so I didn't do the splatters this time. Now, I had 3 stars left that are the same, oh, I don't even know what to call them, kind of jewel-like, so silver. So I am intermingling those. You can see there were stars as well as like a starburst on the inspiration sketch. So there were 3 of those. I get 3 down in different places. Some of those you can see, some of those circles, like they were missing a jewel or something. So I tucked them under um, corners of the photos. And that's why I tucked them under the corners of the photos. But this is the last thing I'm going to do. These are brads and they're that silver looking color. So I decided these are more true metal, I guess, when you think of metal. So I'm going to get these down as well. And I did use all of my silver ones that I had. I have similar ones in like a goldish color and a coppery color, so I can use those on future pages, but all those silver ones are used. So I really appreciate Tara for doing this Iron Crafter challenge because it really inspires me to get into my stash and use some of these things that might not have gotten used otherwise and still be sitting in my stash. Some of these brads gave me a little bit of a hard time, in that the prongs didn't want to go through the little hole. That paper piercer is Tim Holtz. It's a recent addition to my stuff. I do have something that makes holes, but I love it that the it's adjustable so the needle goes back into the pen-ish type thing so that you don't poke yourself. So and this is the first time I'm using it. Next, you're going to see me count them to make sure I get them kind of put around. There you go. And that helps me to decide where the next one's going to go. And I haven't overlapped the brads onto the photos at all, so I thought this right side was just a good place to do exactly that. And with the brad finished, that completes the layout for me. Until next time, crafting makes my heart happy. I hope you find what makes your heart happy too.